This is Mr. Maxwell for Pingree AP Biology. I'd like you to consider the question here. Life defies the laws of thermodynamics. The laws are energy is neither created nor destroyed, it only changes form, and that the universe tends toward disorder. Entropy always increases in a closed system. So, evaluate the statement. Life is a highly ordered, organized process. If the second law of thermodynamics is true, life is clearly impossible. And so the unit we're going to talk about here is energetics, from enzymes to the biosphere. So we're going to cover the whole from the microscopic, actually submicroscopic in a way, all the way up to the whole planet. So I'll ask you, here is a cell. Is this thing a closed system? And you should come up with the fact that it's actually not, right? Energy goes into this, it's used, and then it goes out. Is this a closed system? Obviously not. Energy goes in, energy goes out. And this is an ecosystem, also not a closed system. Sunlight goes in, energy is captured. The stream brings energy from, food from above. The river brings food from above, upstream, and stuff goes downstream. So not a closed system. And even the Earth itself is not a closed system. Sunlight comes in and there's energy that's radiated back out. So none of these are closed systems. Okay, so I want to talk about this guy here. That's me, and a bike ride that I did. The road, Pingree sponsored me on a cross-country bike ride, and we started over in Anacortes, Washington, and wound up finishing up in Sandy Hook, New Jersey. And I'd like to thank the people who were involved in this. The Pingree Faculty Summer Fellowship paid for it. Nat Connard was the headmaster at the time. The Pingree Board of Trustees. The Whitlock family are the folks who actually gave the money for the fellowship. And then John and Mina and Ellen are in this picture over here, and they were also riding with me. And then my wife and kids, obviously, it was I was away for a month, and it was a big deal to be away for a month. We also stayed at a bunch of different people's houses over the country. We did some camping, or we stayed at people's houses. And a lot of these people are AP Biology readers who I met over the years, and friends and family. Okay, so I'd like to give you a little bit of information on my ride. And so I took data on energy consumption, and here are some typical days on a rest day and on a bike day. And I want to ask you the question, did I overeat? So my longest riding day was 119 miles, and I wore a calorie, a heart rate monitor that tracked how many calories I burned. So on that 120-mile day, burned about 10,000 calories, and on a typical day, 60-mile bike ride day, I still burned about 4,500 calories. So, if I'm only eating 3,000 and I'm burning 10,000, obviously, I'm not keeping up energetic wise with the amount of output. So here's another question for you. Stop the tape, of course, and see if you can figure this out. How many moles of ATP did I use? And more importantly, I'd like you to figure out how many pounds of ATP did I use in this, in the day that I burned 10,309 calories. So if you did the math right, you should have come out with 1,412 moles. Um, and that would be 719 kilograms of ATP or 1,575 pounds of ATP. So, how is it that I burned 1,500 pounds of ATP?